By the blessing of the icons and their emissaries, we found the child.
We brought something else to light.
There's a darkness coming.
In the shadows are old enemies.
And new allies.
What will survive in the dawn?
Of the last Cyclade.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Godlike Games. It's like the middle of September and suddenly it's gone very cold. Or it is up here in the northwest where I am currently sat. Welcome to Godlike Games. My name is Millie, and we're going to play some Coriolis. To play Coriolis, I have brought some friends. Welcome, friends. That's you folks. There's Pete. Cheers, Pete.
Cheers.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Bit tired, but up for some space.
The only place where capitalism doesn't exist. Except
and mind powers.
Yeah, mind powers do exist. Capitalism does exist in space because we all know about the Musaa Kula Cup.
Absolutely.
Graham, how are you?
I'm pretty good, to be honest with you. Work is okay. I'm only a bit tired. Yeah, you know what? I have a really nice weekend as well.
Oh, good. Oh, good. And Ben, friendo.
I know, I'm miserable. Everything's terrible. It's just bad. All round bad. No, it's all good.
Are you stuck in the demiplane of dread? Is that
no,
right?
well, not stuck. No, I have a game in the demiplane of dread at the minute. It's going really well, so it's all gravy.
I also have a game in the demiplane of dread. I really love that module. It's my first time running it. It's fabulous. It's really good fun.
Yeah, I'm doing a game about what would Ravenloft be like if Strahd was dead.
Fair enough.
And, no spoilers.
Well, he already was.
Hey!
He is eternal. He is the night. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a chicken in the
funny.
house.
I like that.
Where did the music go?
I don't know. Strahd is the rooster.
Strahd is the rooster.
Strahd is the rooster.
Yeah.
I think we've already gone left on the game before we've even started.
Yeah.
Excellent. I
Oh,
love
It's a
it.
great start.
Strong start here.
Rerolls, thank you.
Oh, we got rerolls.
Yes.
Excellent.
We do. I will probably
All
spawn
that
the
okay,
ring
Richard. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Completely
So-
story-driven, but mechanically.
There we go. There's some music. So last time we played, we were on Coriolis for a bit, and we watched a space battle. We stole a space bus.
Tried to join in.
Tried to join in a
With
space battle.
bus. We make very sensible choices.
That was good. Shanaz got married, got divorced,
She
and
did,
had a
got
party.
engaged.
All in the space of like 8 hours.
All of this is true for a given value of true.
Yeah. And then we were given a sort of mission by our patron.
Definitely not an ultimatum.
Yes, and no way an ultimatum. And we were invited to go back to Shanaz's hometown, home planet even, of Dabaran, to look for some children for a rich Dar. So we did some shopping that it may or may not have included Yusuf and Silsila running through the tunnels of Stevedore Central, trying to put a capybara back in a bag. There's only
Totally reasonable behaviour.
only 6 darkness points, so it must have gone well for them.
I'm mind walking all of the capybaras.
You might regret that.
Not after we've handed them over.
Yeah.
Not that one, the other one. The one that escaped. But yeah, after some shenanigans, we eventually set sail, got on our ship, left Coriolis, and went further than Kua. For the first time in this campaign, we've left the
Space.
We've left Kuan space and gone to another space. We made our jump successfully, thanks to the expert piloting of Silsila and some maths and a caravan. And we've made 7 portal jumps around a circle. What's it called? I think it's called...
All the way back.
No, so... called the Dabaran Circle. It's this bit, like at the front of the camp. That way. No, I can't do it. There. And Dabaran is this one on the bottom.
The big loopy bit.
And we started there and we went this way.
We've done half a pair.
Yeah, we've done half the pair because we don't want to do the other half of the pair. There's some dangerous stuff went on over here in the Hammurabi.
Oh, don't give it a bite.
Yeah. So we've gone halfway around the Dabaran circle, and we have arrived at Dabaran. So Dabaran is quite a windy desert-like planet. It's also very exciting music. Quite a windy, quite a desert planet, and it's ruled by the Dars. And it's probably most famous kind of export. There are several seasons of it in HD. Oh, it's second famous export.
Boom.
Yeah, second famous export. Several HD seasons of it on the hard drive of the Kudapatilla is the Dars of Dabaran, the Stars of Dabaran even. There's some sort of reality TV show in the sort of vein of like Drag Race or Next Top Model kind of thing, where there is like a reality TV show side to it, because you have to perform for the Dars, but also like this sort of fly on the wall drama documentary.
Oh, that's the best bit.
Yeah, with all the dirt and all the gossip and all that kind of stuff. And we know of the Stars of Dabaran because way back when, where's the chicken again? Way back when, one of the first people, one of the first NPCs we met in this whole campaign was actually a entry on Stars of Dabaran, and the show came to like a terrible ending. When the contestants' psychic powers were unleashed during a live final, and her singing...
It's just irresponsible.
Yeah, her singing brought down a whole balcony of audience down in this amphitheatre. And live broadcasts were cut and that kind of thing. And that was...
Stick it to the man!
That was the last season of Stars of Dabaran. But apparently Shanaz has been on Stars of Dabaran.
Guest judge, to be fair.
Guest judge.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to advertise when you're all this.
Okay, so you were a guest judge for a show, a season.
Yeah.
And is it like Drag Race? You know, like sometimes they have like those judges on that they've got a special, like, you're on this week because we're doing high fashion Gaga or something, you know, that kind of thing? Or was it?
Sure.
Was it?
I don't mind.
Instagram vids.
or
they do like those, don't they? The special challenges.
Yeah. Or was it like a storytelling week or something? You know, you've got to do your best storytelling. The storytelling's really popular on the bar.
It's a wedding and divorce week.
You get married twice and that's it. You're marked
The twofer.
Well, but yeah, storytelling is a very big popular thing on Dabaran. It's seen as like a page. It's seen as like a like the 40 Tales style Arabian story, you know, that sort of thing, and they've kind of ran with it on there. And there is a big event every couple of years where all of the sort of, I guess some of them might be courtesans, but most of them probably are more local and have not managed to have had proper training. But they all sort of join together for a big storytelling extravaganza in the deserts of Dabaran to sort of like, who is the best storyteller in the whole horizon? Obviously anybody outside of Dabaran is not as good a storyteller as anybody else.
Clearly.
Yeah. So yeah. That's...
I assume there's a lot of debauchery in that event. in the desert.
No,
No, mostly.
that's at the after parties.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
And we've been beseeched to go to Dabaran to find these children. They are studying in a city. Well, one of them is studying in a city called Lotus, which is also what they refer to as the Icon's capital on Dabaran. It's something of a holy city. It's ran by a priestly order that is exclusively female, and no motorized transport is allowed within the walls of the city. Everything is on foot. So when you land at the main spaceport on Dabaran, you have a couple of options to kind of park up, get as close as you can that Lotus City will let you, and then you can hire palanquins, people to carry you out. You can just walk out. You can, if you didn't arrive with big tented umbrellas for the desert walk, you can hire that kind of stuff, and there are people who are gonna in no way fleece you for bear. It's all legit.
No, it's a very welcoming place.
Yeah, no one's gonna fleece you for bear.
Those people called the Barmish.
Barmish. No.
No one's going to fleece me for any burr because they'll know that I don't have any burr. They'll look at me and go, he's one of us.
Yep.
It's pretty smart.
He's broke.
Being too poor to rob, nice thinking.
Rather that than the degeneracy of all these
This is a holy
delinquents.
place. Mm-hmm. There's no degeneracy here. Where on earth have you been hearing these things?
I feel like a neutral zone inside where there's no holiness, debauchery.
I guess you have a choice before you do land in the main spaceport, the closest one to Lotus, because you could go out to you could do some comms and you could try and talk to people before you even get planet side if that was your sort of idea, or you just land and get roll your sleeves up, put a hat on and head out into the sun.
Well, I think I'd definitely send a message ahead, because there's no way Shanaz is going to land anywhere without sending a message ahead. Unless somebody specifically tells her, do not send a message ahead, in which case she still might anyway, because Shanaz. Given that I have a friend in every port and am well connected, it's kind of important that I get in touch with those people so that we can make use of those contacts, as 'twere.
Yeah.
I think we all have a friend in every port, don't we?
Well, that's your group.
We
That's
do,
your
yes.
group talent. Yeah, that's your group talent. But Shanaz is slightly more connected.
They're different people, though, aren't they? My friend in every port is very different to Shanaz's.
Yeah.
Do we know where these people were last seen or anything else like that? Are we just landing with no clue?
So the kids are called.
They go to uni, so we start at uni, sort of thing. How do you do?
Vahid and Layla.
There we go. And they are children of one of the Dars.
Esfanjar.
Yes, who controls a couple of plantations, a marble quarry, small militia. He's got a couple of ships in orbit.
It's a small militia, nothing big, nothing fancy.
Just a small one. Don't worry about it.
Have you seen my small militia?
Yeah, just a bit of weekend occupation, that's all.
And
That's not we need to brew some rebellion.
What? Like with the Burbasil back on Kua? Oh no. Oh no. So yeah, he has quite a few holdings that are not quite close to Lotus, but it depends on what your approach is, how you're going. So Shanaz is going to put out some sort of like, "Hey, I'm home," or is it more subtle than that? Is it what is she trying to do?
I think she'd get in touch with the temple because I imagine courtesan training in Coriolis being quite similar to the training that they do in Firefly, where it's not regarded as a negative thing. It's quite a high honor and a position of value.
Yeah.
So she would definitely get in touch with her old training temple.
Sure.
And I imagine as well that there's probably a few people that she went to school with who stayed in the home world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Who have probably risen to positions of some authority and prominence.
Or at least, like semi sort of
adjacent to positions of authority.
In the courts of kind of thing. Okay. So are we using a talent there for this?
Hang on, I'm going to have to zoom in on my character sheet because it's so tiny I can't read it. So, a friend in every port. We will say then that my friend in port here is one of the people I trained with, who went on to now run the temple.
Okay. So there's a small courtesan training temple, or at least year group that she is responsible for.
Yeah.
Do we have a name for her?
We will have.
What are we going to call her?
In just a second, we are going to call her Anila. There we go.
All right. So we cut to there's this like, please hold, I'll transfer you to her office room, whatever. Cuts to this beautiful sort of drapes kind of room, and sort of semi-veiled lady sat in front of the view screen. She's like, "Shanaz, welcome home. We've
Anila,
missed
darling,
you.
Lovely to see you. Yes, just paying a short visit, flying in for a brief while.
Are you here for any? There's no events for the next." And you see her like glance down, as if she doesn't have it all memorized anyway. As if she doesn't have like an ongoing countdown.
A complete schedule of the next 2 years. Yeah.
There's no events for at least 2 segments. I'm sure we could arrange something. Perhaps a little gala, an intimate dance, maybe even a storytelling or a recital of something.
That sounds lovely. If you wish, that would be certainly something I'd be happy to assist you with. How are the girls doing?
Quite well. We've had some interesting placements with some of the families around planet. A few concerns with some of them. A few concerns with some of the families, actually. Some of the girls have been placed to, to teach some of the noble children better etiquette, better...
of course, as you do.
Histories, good stories, things to share, maybe some dancing. And unfortunately, they've been returned because a number of the youth have gone missing.
A number of them, you say?
Yeah, just a couple, just a handful of families. It's not quite
I had heard a rumour that something like that was going on. I wouldn't have thought it was that widespread, but if news has reached as far as Coriolis, then... Well...
We haven't been able to we haven't had the resources. It's not our place to investigate these sorts of things. If a family doesn't want to hire the services of a courtesan, what are we to do? But
absolutely.
It's frustrating that a number of them have been returned simply because the child has decided to abscond to another planet.
Very unusual. It must be quite upsetting for the Dars as well, because that's very in breach with tradition. And I know how much they love their doing things the old ways.
Indeed. It's frustrating, but, teenagers, youth, I suppose.
What is this? That chicken again?
I'm
They
gonna
left to get away from them.
find that chicken, and we're going to put it in a clay pot and eat it. Says Anila.
And what about the sisters of the left hand of the temple?
I am.
Which is kind of a slang term for the alarm.
Yeah, I'm certain I have no idea what you're talking about
Of course.
on this open channel.
Oh, yeah, of course. Duh.
I am certain.
Good work, Shanaz. Well done.
I'm certain I have no idea what you're talking about, Shanaz. Is that one of these things from Coriolis? Oh, is the training over there?
Clearly not up to standard. Well, I've left a little group to keep managing things in my absence. We're starting to pull together a little social club, a gathering of peers. The better to help everybody understand what's going on, communicate with one another, arrange the most appropriate assignments, that kind of thing.
It's good to see you perhaps making your own claim on a temple. Obviously, she's now like, I'm your peer. I've got my own little temple. I'm obviously better than...
Yes, well, I don't know if actually a temple... I'm ready for temple just yet. I'm doing a lot of travelling at the minute. Getting all over the place. Just wanted to check in with the homeworld before heading straight back out again. I won't be long. Just a few things to check out for a client.
I understand. So is this the best way? And she's obviously indicating like this comlink and that kind of stuff. And then the conversation descends into like, right, well, I think I could organise something in 4 nights, but it'd only be small. Or 15 nights if you wanted like a full thing. You know, it's that kind of stuff. How many dresses did you bring? Because we've got hundreds. How many that kind of stuff. And it just descends into like logistical courtesan.
Well, we'll arrange a little logistical get-together for a couple of nights hence. And maybe a meet-up for coffee to discuss family and such like.
Yeah, so sure. Yeah, the conversation descends into all that kind of stuff. If you wish, obviously she will provide some sort of room or serve room and board kind of thing for yourself and your crew. She can offer or extend like the discount parking if you would. Obviously her ships and her temple ships are there, but those who would be staying with them would have an affordable rate somewhere else kind of thing if you need, which would also sort of give you a bit of a cover. Like obviously your ship is visiting here because you're parked in their wait kind of thing. If you wanted to just go and park wherever you fancy.
Yeah, I thought I might try and blag my way into a fancy hotel or something.
Okay.
Do the big glitzy disruption. Thank you. No need. I'll sort something out. Nothing to worry about. What's the fanciest hotel on Debara?
I don't know, but I guess we have one. I don't think
Okay.
Coriolis Atlas doesn't go into like that kind of detail on
No, it doesn't, does it?
fancy hotels. So
Let's call it Al Khaimah then.
Al-Qaima.
Al Khaimah, yes. I'll take a room in Al Khaimah. Nothing to worry about.
No problem. If you need anything from us, I'm sure we could put you in touch with the right people.
I'll be sure to visit, and if you need me to run the girls through anything about life off-world or anything like that, happy to assist.
Amazing. So good to see you. I have to go and tell everybody. I have to be the first person to know that you're on planet.
And you are, of course.
And of course, be the first person to share that information.
Very well. I'll give you 20 minutes before I hit the media circuit.
Yeah, and then she waves. The screen goes back to like the temple hold screen, and a flurry of information and like contact exchanges, lists of temple students and graduates and that kind of stuff, and so on and so forth. Goes back and forwards between Rolodexes and that sort of thing. But yeah, she's there if you need her to sort of lean on for anything like that. So don't forget that she's around. And are we going to land at the Baskura spaceport, or are we going to
Is that the closest point to the Dar and his?
Well,
there.
he's on the other side of the planet.
Do they only have the one spaceport?
They only have the one big spaceport, yeah. So you could land
Where is the university?
in Lotus City,
Ah, okay.
attached to that. It is called the Fermad Garud Mathematical Institute. Yep. And it's on the edge of the Lotus City, so sort of like
Okay.
Lotus City's the main thing. There's this thing, I think it's called, what is it? What is the suburb of it called? Deda. Deda is on the edge of Lotus City.
Okay.
Boys, it sounds like there's more going on here than just those two people going missing. I've just found out that our whole selection of noble families have had their young head off, allegedly for greener pastures.
Oh, is someone like kidnapping nobles to make some form of collection?
Could be.
What, statement or movement?
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you wanted control of the nobles, obtaining a child from each one would presumably let you do an awful lot of things.
Equally, if you take the inheritors, any family that becomes too awkward can simply have the head removed and reinstalled with someone under your control.
Oh, okay, like a brainwashing thing.
That too. We've seen strange things.
Maybe they all got
already.
sick of the bar.
Don't be silly. It's lovely here. Look at that
I
sunset.
look out the window at the windy, sandy.
Windy, sandy
and
desert.
I'll say, I don't like sand.
It is a binary system as well, I think. It's
There are
got a-
2 stars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know the sand gets everywhere. It's coarse, it's rough.
Yeah.
But inside is lovely.
I think we have different definitions of lovely.
Yours doesn't necessarily include Urcon. All right then.
I mean, I'm sure Shanaz knows of like the 70 years ago law that finally allowed electronic air conditioners to be installed in Icon City. Yeah, in Lotus City even. And that kind of stuff. There's all those sort of quirks. Like prior to that, it was just folks with big fans. That kind of
So we're not allowed to, like, drive up there.
No, not into Lotus City or within it. Sort of like this is our territory. No motor vehicles. There's all foot. And the
What about camels or similar type animals?
I think you can, but they're mostly reserved for like the fancy folk.
Ah, bastards.
And there are a lot of pilgrims coming to. This is one of the stops on the Icon's Pilgrimia. So when you go out across the horizon and visit a certain number of holy spaces around space, this is one of them. So there are a lot of people who are like, no, I'm not going on a camel or whatever.
Gonna do it the proper old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
walk barefoot through the sand.
No dewbacks for them.
Nope.
No, or pod racers.
No pod racers, no.
They have the pod racing on Ballister.
So yeah, there's a lot of folks who will walk from the spaceport to the city and through the city to the places, the little tour, which is why when if you were to go into the spaceport, there is a big bustling like, I can get you there in the best route. I've got 70 bird will get you to the front of the queue. I've got all these special icons, that kind of stuff.
All right.
When we
so-
land, I'll say to Shanaz, I'm sure the icons are really pleased that we deny ourselves electronics on this planet.
Look,
But
I'm aware of the shortcomings here. A lot of it is show, remember. They do this big show of piety to portray their purity and sacrifice before the icons. At the end of the day, there are still very rich men sat at the top on an enormous pile of money, and very poor people sat at the bottom.
Very poor people are holding them up literally on wooden boards.
That is true.
It's disgusting.
It's very comfortable, though. And those
Maybe-
people are at
maybe
least getting
physically.
paid.
Nice. Does that mean we're walking, Yusuf?
I am.
Look, this might be a good opportunity for us to head in different directions anyway. We need to mix and mingle in different circles.
Of course.
I
I'll
can't
take high
find-
society. You hang
That's
around
a
the
great
docks.
idea.
How about
That's
that?
a fantastic plan. We could do that. One day we shall.
I'll laugh and walk off and go find my walking boots.
Wherever you've landed, the back gate is already the back gate of the ship is already open, and Kirsch is in a deck chair. Didn't know there was a deck chair on the ship.
Just like
Made from
shooting.
capybara bones.
Yeah, Kirsch is on it. There's a small barbecue next to them.
I like to think Kirsch is wearing a snorkel. No reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what
got
goes with the
flippers on.
picture. You wear the big thing on the snorkel.
Awesome.
Adia is just looking at Kirsch, being like, there's no sound. It's just that kind of comedy sort of shouting kind of thing. And there's something on a big fork being offered to Adia, which is like, goes inside. But yeah, it's really, really hot. As you sort of look out from the spaceport towards Lotus City, you can see it's got like this rise to it, and right at the very top is the dome of the icons, which is what all the folks on the pilgrimage are heading through. And you see this big gold leaf kind of covered dome at the very top of the rise.
How far is it to walk?
Be a couple of miles.
Oh, that's nothing, yeah.
It's not a massive amount, but enough. It's enough to feel like you have done some sort of penance.
I assume when you say it's windy and sandy, it's hot.
Yes, it is also very hot.
Just-
is very hot.
Just checking.
Yeah. Not one of these weird windy.
That's fine. I'm
sandy
from
cold
Algol,
places.
whatever.
The demon planet. When are we going to your home?
Very, very different temperatures, though. Hang on, Algol's not a jungle planet, is it? It's another desert planet.
No,
It
it's
is, yeah.
hell. Yeah.
The red planet, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Algol is the demon planet. That's its...
Oh, well, this is the pleasant, balmy summer afternoon. For
Yeah,
you.
this is holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Day at the beach.
Has Yusuf tied a handkerchief to his head?
I've got one of those, the wrap, the
Oh,
multi-wrap all the way around with like,
Super, I think.
I've got the glass, the things with a slit in.
Just the slit through the middle. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, you look like a bounty hunter from Star Wars. It's great.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Boosh,
Some sturdy
let's go.
boots.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we step out, can we check the local gun laws? I assume they don't want anyone carrying any weapons.
Icon Lotus City is quite strict. You don't have the right licenses and permits, then they're likely to try and arrest you and ship you back off planet. You could end up with like a bounty essentially for breaking the laws on in a holy place. Outside of like Lotus City,
Whatever.
Yeah. If the
You're in the desert. Yeah.
If the Dar decides you can have, the Dar decides he doesn't like you, and you have weapons.
He'll kill your whole village.
Yeah, he might do that. If not, he might decide like, it's, everybody has the right if they want, they can afford it. But in my territory, guns are 5 times the normal price. That kind of thing.
Is Kirsch got a weapon?
She has a big wrench.
She's got a big fork as well.
Also,
Is there
And a bottle of cherry liqueur.
Yeah. Are there places where you can store your guns? I mean, it's illegal in the desert, but not inside the city. There must be one of those cottage inns you're talking about.
There probably are, but they're also probably the sort of place to go. What gun? Did you?
I gotta prop my Vulcan carbine up against the deck chair
Okay.
and just pat Kirsch on the shoulder as we walk out.
Ah, yes, thank you. Good. I'll practice. Yes, yes. Adia is like, I'll take that. Picks it
Should
up.
I leave my pistol then, or take it with me?
It's up to you.
You can keep that hidden,
I'll
can't
bring
you?
it for now, I think. Yeah, because it's an altogether different level of weapon, isn't it? Like, it's not like I'm open carrying an assault rifle.
Exactly. Yeah.
What about Shanaz? Is she just sauntering in?
Well, I'm gonna do my thing in a minute. Where are you going and what are you gonna do, boys?
We're gonna do the "Hey, fellow kids" meme and go to university.
Really? You don't look like a Debaran University student.
Oh, I know that, but the last place anyone was seen was there. A good place to start might be their friends. They probably wonder where their friend is. We explain we're searching on behalf of parents.
If I might make a suggestion.
Want us to go undercover?
No. I want you to go
Good
not
idea,
undercover.
Silsilla.
Your idea is going undercover. My idea is you not going as far undercover. People are going off planet.
Well-
These kids are going off planet. Why go all the way around the world to the university when you can start looking here? Because there's a good
But you
chance
know-
that they're going to be going from here.
We don't
But are they
really
going
know
off
for
planet?
certain.
We don't know they're going
We
off
don't know
planet.
for certain that
We
they're
just
going
know they're
off
going
planet,
missing.
but that's something that we can check from
Oh
here.
yeah, we can ask here at the spaceport
In and around the
before we
spaceport.
leave.
If
But the
after
university's over
that-
there. I'll say, pointing at the big shiny building. in
That's
the
not the
distance.
university.
It's on the side of the.
On the
thing.
other
Yes,
side
It's
of
on
it.
the
that's
side
true.
of Lotus. It's not the other side of the planet. It's just
But if
like
you're going to go to the university, you're probably better off going in as staff, not university teaching staff, sort of custodial staff, something like that.
Is our mission secretive?
Get everywhere, be ignored. It's not secretive, no,
So why don't we just go to the university and ask them where these people are?
because
And
that's
see if
not how
there's
things
more.
are done.
I'll look really confused. There are missing children. Surely they want help finding them.
No,
We've
quite the
been asked
opposite,
to help.
unfortunately. I wish that were true. It would be lovely if it were.
What's wrong with these people?
But that's
There's
why I
nothing
thought
wrong
that
with these
friends,
people.
Like, you can't ask officially. Embarrassing to have your children disappear. But their friends might know something.
Their friends might know something.
I
It's
don't-
true.
We can do the shipping manifest as well, but if they haven't gone under their own name,
It's gonna
I
be
think you'll
hard.
get more answers out of people working at the university than you will out of the students or out of the
Maybe
parents.
the bar staff and the
Those are the people who are
custodians
going to
and the
see
yeah.
the shady things going on, because when it's happening, those students are probably not in their right or best state of mind. I would imagine a fair degree of opor, kahal, things like that will be
Inebriates.
involved.
yeah, okay, that sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I'm not sure how we'll find out at the spaceport, but we'll give that a go as well. Like-
Well, the spaceport is very much a long shot. You are correct in
I'll
that
reveal some of my
assumption.
tattoos and things.
Hi, I'm owned by people in Algol. Can I see your?
No, not those
Yes.
ones. I've got lots of other tattoos to help kind of try to disguise the big consortium ones. But
Okay.
So you folks are going to head through Icon City out towards the Institute, and
on the way out of the spaceport, we're going to ask a few questions about: have you seen anyone kidnapping any children?
okay,
Teenagers.
all right.
I think Silver would probably stop you doing that.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I'd just be like,
I'm not gonna
"Dude,
ask that.
no,
I'm not gonna.
Josh
He's
is-
not that stupid.
Like,
He's just like
they
not
try
used to the
to-
world, you see. So he's like, why wouldn't they want
Yeah,
to-
why would you?
to help? Why would you not? You know.
Oh, I get it.
But he knows workers. You know, he's been working in a mine and
Yeah, so
loading ships his whole life.
we can
So
find, like baggage handlers, I guess if you could ask about flights that have, no flight plan scheduled, short notice,
things
But
brought forward.
nice yachts,
Not
and things
everything
like
loaded.
that. Yeah.
I mean, you look like a smuggler, so if people confuse you for one,
Who are you
might
talking
be able
about?
to get that information.
You looking at me when you say that?
Oh, Shanaz would never say anything so crass. That's unfair.
Adia and Kirsch were literally on a scavenger ship before.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
came here.
All right,
No
then.
way.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
All right, so Yusuf and Silsila are definitely heading into Icon City. Shanaz, are you going off to find a fancy Dar?
They've had 20 minutes to leak the information now,
Yeah.
so it's probably time to hit the socials and see who contacts me.
Okay. All right, cool. Mate.
So I'll hit up Chirper with a nice picture of me, get Kirsch to like flash the engines or something so that my outfit blows around behind me so I can take a good selfie in the door of the ship.
Is like Adia doing that thing where they have to hold the device up and that high and then run around you clockwise while dropping it, that kind of thing. This is what's
Absolutely.
happening. While Kirsch is like, make them again? This is a lot of fuel. I don't understand. Adia's just like, just do it. Just get it done. Like, the selfies going on the deck. It's all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of deck hands from another ship across the way looking like, what? Kind of thing. All right, yeah, make a culture roll.
Oh, dice, crikey, forgot them. Ah! Yeah, they're a thing.
You've probably got a few, right?
Yeah, I think I've got too many out there.
What, for Shanaz's culture roll?
Oh, no, good point. Well made. Even for Shanaz's cultural, I think there's like 20 there, and she's not quite that good yet. What have we got? Culture 3. Culture is based on empathy. 5. Two successes.
So, you get a few sort of generic, like, oh, if I give you
No.
a donk, you know, that kind of stuff. If I give you my dad's hover ship, will you come and watch this film with me? That kind of stuff. You get a bunch of them. Like you spend
Some interesting photos sent your way.
Yeah. Clearly, like the etiquette training of the small temple here on Debaran has not made it to the
Aubergine pics.
That looks like it should be put in Musaa Kula.
Yep, that kind of stuff.
And Musaa Kula tastes like it's been put in Musaa Kula.
Yep. Oh god, Musaa Kula is the worst. And you get. Let's see. Let me just flip. Let's see. You get one sort of credible offer from a Dar. However, they are on like we're leaving Lotus right now. This Dar is like as we're leaving Lotus, I would like to offer you a place to shelter from the incoming storm and take refuge on our barge as we go back to, they name like a territory somewhere else. So they've got they're leaving Lotus because they've heard there's a big ion storm coming in. They offer you like luxury and rest.
Are they in any way associated with any of the people who have potentially lost children? Have they ditched a courtesan at all recently?
They seem to be completely free and carefree and are in good standing with the local courtesan house.
A barge across the desert. Shanaz better put her gold bikini on.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
His name is Jabba. No, it's not.
Maybe not then.
Hmm.
Oh, do we want to go across the desert? Yes, because we've got to go and see Matey, haven't we?
Don't want to head across.
Is it the same region? That's.
I mean, it'd be close.
It'd be closer.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'll take up the offer.
They suggest that they could have a driver of a small vehicle come and meet you within the next, like, initially they go to say like hour, and then they realize like they're inviting a very prominent courtesan, so within the next 3 hours. So we give you, that kind of stuff. Preparation time. Clearly they have learned from the courtesan house. Yeah, on the bar.
Very well. Then we will accept that offer and put together a little package of outfits and jewellery to take.
Okay.
That's a Shanaz little package, so
Case
only half the cargo bay.
needs a grav truck to load it out. Yeah. All right. So this Dar is leaving before the ion.
No, she's
storm.
very good at what she does. I'm sure she could fit it all into only 3 or 4 suitcases.
Sure, she's yeah. I mean,
Let's have some like expert level packing.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
bag is fine. All right, so Shanaz is going to join this Dar on his get out of Lotus before the ion storm hits, and Yusuf and Silsila, you're going to make like the 2-hour walk into Lotus and then through onto the other side. Or do you want
So
to?
yeah, we can see if we can make some friends in the queue or while we're walking.
Yeah. I might have a quick word with the Starport people.
Okay.
To be like, anything strange going on, or any rush, everyone's so busy coming in and out. So, these highfalutin types, I bet they're all kind of flying without flight plans and rushing things forward and bringing things ahead of time and not getting all their baggage on, and you've got to follow things up, sort of talking
Shop.
logistics operations,
Yeah. That kind of stuff. All right, make a culture roll, but instead of empathy, do you want to put it into something that would be more appropriate, or do you not have culture?
I don't have culture.
All right.
Reading my mind, I was going to ask these because I've worked out who Lucilla can talk to.
Oh, you're going to talk to the other pilots.
Exactly.
Could I do kind of an infiltration? It's like a
Yeah,
kinda-
but do it with empathy instead of agility. 'Cause
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to be.
Yeah, no,
Jumping around.
That's fine. Hey, have you?
Like, just do your best William Shatner impression. Help people talk.
Yeah, so do infiltration
hey,
with
how?
empathy.
Exactly. Yes.
Or maybe I'm moving crates with them. Oh no, that'd be strength,
Oh,
wouldn't
that'd be
it? Here we go.
strength.
Here we go. It's all the same. My agility, wits, and empathy are all 4. So,
Wow, that's good.
no successes. So I'm going to push.
Excellent.
How many times can I push?
Once.
Once.
Oh, I've got a free reroll as well. Can I use that after if I fail?
All right.
I failed, so I'm going to use my free reroll.
Nice.
I got 1 success. Yay!
Excellent. All right. So you're there. You're offering, you lend a hand with some folks, etc., and that kind of stuff. And you're sort of getting, you're chatting with the crews rather than like the gaffers, rather than the people in charge kind of thing.
The people who do the work and know the truth.
Yeah. And you get like a kind of brusque sort of pushback. They're like, no, we do things proper on Dabar, and like all the flight plans are filed, even the DARs follow the stuff. None of that. And you can tell from like the sort of conversation, when the stars of Dabaran ended, a lot of especially the workers got blamed for like shoddy building and that kind of stuff before they went, oh, it's mystic powers kind of thing. Like they've all had that sort of like, no, we're clean, we're good, we do proper
Good to
work.
hear, man. Alcohol's a bloody nightmare.
Oh yeah, no, and he points to somebody else and be like, he escaped from Algol. It was an absolute tip kind of thing.
Yeah, don't.
But what you kind of get is like, no, there have been no sort of like, everybody is
It's all by the
very
book.
by the book, and the what is it? Just want to get the name right. The Lotus Sisters, who are the ones who run Lotus City, that order kind of there, make sure it is all pressing upon how it would be an insult or it would draw the dark side of the icons should they fail in doing a full and proper job.
That's the women-only religious order. They're in charge of Lotus. Right,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. Lotus Sisters.
Guessing, considering their ixnay on the mechanical A, they don't really like the icon of the machine god.
No,
No one does really.
No
but
one would mention that in Lotus. You can try and see how it goes down if you wish. If you wish.
I'm not gonna.
Do you mention that at all, or do you sort of?
I would probably try and judge it and see if there was any kind of sign of people feeling that way, or the way they talk about it. You know, any kind of iconography on any buildings or structures or anything like that. You know, if I don't get a sense from them, I mean, I didn't roll many successes, so probably not. But,
possibly
you know,
not. But yeah, so they're very like when you're asking them about, like, you know, how'd you get shady? Which folks get off planet? How annoying are the nobles? You know, that kind of stuff. They're like, yeah, they're annoying, but we do everything by the book. Got a bad rap after that accident that was live cast across the horizon, and the Lotus sisters are just like, nah, letter of the law, and everybody who comes in and out of this spaceport follows it.
like a machine.
Like a well-oiled machine. Yes, indeed. But he doesn't get the wink. He doesn't get that.
No.
Yeah. Seems to go right over his head, that reference to the machine.
Okay. At some point, I'll be looking out for like a little talisman of, like, to pick, you know, like a cheap thing.
Yeah.
To pick one up again and to mess around with it.
Fiddle with it a bit. Well, we are about to head to a place so there's going to be loads of tat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Anybody's
like,
ever
walk down
been
that
to,
line.
like, Lourdes,
the Vatican, or, you know.
Yeah. Or those kind of places. Like, I remember going to Lourdes, which is a place in France where they'd have holy water. Just tat everywhere.
Yeah.
Like 4 rows deep tat. With a vague reference to it. But so it's really like that when you sort of start heading along. But rather than fixed structures, there's like folks with sort of carts, bags, that kind of stuff. Other folks with, like, if you take this chip to this address, they'll give you your goods, kind of thing. I've just got one, but you can, you know, that kind of stuff. Trying to do everything. I can give you the best tour, quickest route up to the Icon Temple.
I wasn't born 12 segments ago, mate.
I mean, I guess when they see mostly Yusuf, they're like, all right, no worries, kind of thing. And they go back to try and harass Silsila again a bit more.
So before we leave the spaceport, can I try if there's some kind of pilot lounge or something?
Yeah, you sort of head into, like, the admin center of the.
Yeah, asking about, like, you know, I'm here for, I don't know, a few days, maybe a week. Is there any, like, short distance flight work and some extra coin?
All right, mate.
Can I use my empathy plus my piloting ability?
Yeah, let's do that.
What I was going to ask. I got 1 success.
1 success. They a number of the hiccups. A number of the pilots there, they go through, like, no, you're gonna have to do a couple of local tests if you're gonna fly on Dabaran. We've got a couple of, like, just so you're used to, like, you know, the winds and the sand and that kind of stuff. I appreciate you've got your I think it's a consortium license, isn't it?
Mine is the Ranger Corps.
Yeah, I appreciate you've got that, and you've got your license from Coriolis, but, you know, we just cross the I's and dot the T's over here on Dabaran.
I just nod enthusiastically. And where do I sign myself up for this?
They gesture to, like, a terminal on the other side of the room. But a lot of the stuff's grounded around here. We're not going to get some big flights. There's storm on the way. Yeah, It's going to be in the next couple of days. Everybody who's really getting out of town has already gone. I mean, there'll be a couple of bigger ships leaving off planet. A couple of suborbitals to meet up with some of the bigger ships.
I'll sign myself up for one anyway, because that way I look like a disposable pilot. And then I'll meet up with Yusuf, and together we'll spend 2 miles worth of time glaring at street vendors.
Yeah, harassing you as you head across the desert to the Lotus, Temple City of Lotus. it is on like this pillar. It's part of like the mountain kind of range. You can see this big gold dome sort of sat there. The streets you can see, because of the Lotus City Sisters kind of strangle on the city. It's these very thin, winding, sort of cramped streets where everybody's trying to build on top of each other. And then because it doesn't have any motorized or transport, everything is barely wider than maybe like a wheelbarrow would be. It's like just beyond shoulder sort of height, which is a bit of a weird contrast compared to the big avenues of Coriolis and huge sort of spaces that might come from that.
It sounds like pickpockets.
Yeah. It is busy. There are loads of folks making their way through, and you see they are all like, some of them are doing like the pilgrimage in style. They've only got the best icons, best talismans. Somebody else is there to do the 6 hours of prayer at each thing for them. They just have to.
I'm going to openly laugh at such people.
That kind of stuff. They're doing it, that kind of stuff. And then there are other people with like the threadbare kind of, we're doing it on a shoestring. In fact, you probably bought a bunch of these people because you had some folks in stasis, didn't you? So you probably bought a bunch of these folks to Debaran to get on that. Loads of folks selling all different kinds of talismans, pamphlets, access and that kind of stuff that they clearly in some cases don't have. One of the interesting ones is
does this city have like a primary icon that most of the people kind of, is there a faction they're affiliated with, and therefore the icon of the is the primary one?
Not overly. I
Okay.
think Debarans love the messenger because of the storytelling and everything, which is interesting that you're talking about the machine kind of thing. But yeah, so Debarans have an affinity for the telling of the stories and the messenger to get the stories out. But the point of the pilgrimage here is not necessarily like in honor of a specific icon kind of thing. One of the like the hawkers, one of the folks like in amongst the folks who are trying to sell you access to the Temple of the Icons before anybody else or after everybody else, or the secret chapel kind of thing. One of them is saying, look, we could get you on the Foundation's dig. Like you look like you're good. Do you want to get on the Foundation's dig? They're going down to the old Seeker temples. They're going down into the archaeology sites. We could get you in this if you want.
Like
900 birr each. That's it.
I was about to ask, do they mean to work? No, they mean.
I mean, they've not described the nature of how they'll get you onto the dig. They're just offering access to it for 900 birr. You might find that you have to carry all the stuff down and
Delivered
still
in
pay.
a trunk.
Yeah, you might be part of the luggage or carrying the luggage and still have to pay 900 birr. But they're offering access.
What wonders and secrets do they have down there?
That's what.
Or do they think they're going to find?
That's what the Foundation is here for. They're doing the archaeology to find what was part of the. They say there's a big temple down there, almost as grand as the dome. You could be famous for and just both of you, 1,500 birr for both of you.
I'd say to the other hawker next to him, is he talking shit?
He's like, I could probably get you there for. I mean, if I'm honest, he's lying. It'd cost me easily 2,000, 1,000 each, and I could definitely get you on the Foundation's event.
Figure this out. All we need to do is go and find out if there's been like a really big run on like hats and whips. They've all gone out to be archaeologists. Job done.
Lots
I
of.
quite like the idea of a hat and a whip. That'd be cool.
Alright, well, I mean, they probably sell one quite close, so We look penitent enough though. You have to laugh at yourself.
I have to kneel and do a forward roll.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough then.
And a bag of sand. You need a bag of sand.
Quite a slow forward roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 1,000
without
per
wanting
each.
to be the duo who just run off at the first sight of anything weird going on. I actually quite like the sound of an archaeological dig underneath. It might be ancient ruins or something. But we've got a job to do, haven't we?
I mean,
Cecilia, drag me away from these
we
people.
could take some contact details. I mean, if we're interested, we'll meet them in the city.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds...
300 bird deposit, yeah. 300 bird deposit means I can start doing the work to get you onto the foundation. You know, I've got to talk to some people, get that kind of stuff. And I'll give you, and he pulls out like a card kind of thing, you know, like a contact card. 300 bird, and I'll start doing it, friend.
What do you think, Yusuf?
I think we're getting distracted, to be honest. Captain, yeah.
You know what? I'll take the card.
300 bird, friend.
Okay, I'll ask somebody else.
Nobody else is gonna have, like me, and we've got access. Nobody else is gonna get you on this foundation dig.
Okay.
We've got contacts.
I'll show you a selfie on the way back out, my friend. Good luck.
And he's like, and he immediately goes on to like the next group. Like,
Yeah,
this is a numbers
yeah.
game to him.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gonna get
absolutely. Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. He immediately moves on.
I mean, if we really want to go on the dig, we could just find people who are actually employed as diggers and pay them not to go.
You can find out if at first it's a real thing.
I mean, imagine it is.
I don't know. We're all idiots who've come in off planet. So it's like, oh, foundation dig. They send you down to somewhere where they're just building a new house or something.
Yeah.
You've got to dig out some
Barrett
foundations of a house. And they're like, it's foundation.
yeah.
Ancient rocks. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, that eventually someone would get annoyed at that, I assume.
99% of this is just gotta ignore it. I'm getting too distracted.
Yeah, no, and that might be where everybody is.
I like this talisman though. Talismans.
Talisman?
Talismani.
I don't know. The guy's
Anyway,
like, yeah, Talismo. I've got 10 of them. 50 birr each.
Fifth? What?
A whole set. Like, he's got 10 of them. There aren't even
I'll
10
take that one
icons.
for 20.
He's like, deal, friend, deal. Yeah.
Cool.
And
How
yeah.
much bear have I got? I can't remember how much bear I've
We
got.
don't have an amount.
Not much and not for long.
I think 20 bear I can have like in a coin in my pocket or something, or a little, you know.
He looks at it. I
I assume they only take cash here, not card.
He looks at it and he goes, Coriolis credits. And he does that kind of like, sort of thing. Like, rubs it with a bit of sand. Put in his bag.
I think Coriolis has the wrong kind of rep here. Should we walk on then, Yusuf? Or do you want to buy like maybe a hat, shopping trolley?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't fancy ceremonial water bottle or anything?
The one with the icons all patterned on it. Yeah, that looked beautiful. That one back there, the kind of blue and red kind of motif. Looked fantastic. I'm good. Did you see that thing at Shanaz's face on somewhere? Did you see that?
Yeah, there's got to be a whole thing.
I was tempted to buy one because it'd be amusing. Maybe on the way back. Let's get.
I think
on the way
some
back.
of them have got like the true star of the Baron and stuff like that on there. And it's clearly knockoff merch.
Let's
Like
get
it's
t-shirts.
Avengers t-shirts.
yeah, it's Shanaz but with like 2 Z's and stuff.
Yeah.
They've taken off
Zanaz.
Four
taken off an
exclamation
Instagram
marks,
picture and printed it onto
Yeah,
everything.
It's like a profile, but turned away from the profile.
Yeah.
Let's buy ourselves a t-shirt each.
All right.
So
So
get Kirsch one as well.
So while Yusuf and Silsila have become tourists,
No, we're not. No. Oh yeah, hang on. That looks really cool. No.
Am I bankrolling this entire operation?
Do they have capybaras here?
you've not seen any reference to capybara.
I mean, I don't think they live.
Cut to us hunting capybaras in the sand.
Somebody's like, for 500 birr, I could find you some friend. Yeah. I need a 600 birr deposit though. That kind of stuff. As we're leaving those two buying tat in the
We're
streets,
going to weigh like 27 pounds more.
gonna need like dragging this sack.
One of those big Slurpee cups.
with all the icons on. A big up. a small grav vehicle arrives to pick up Shanaz. Quite a well-dressed chauffeur who comes out, offers to take the bags. Looks quite confused at Kirsch, who does that kind of like cheers sort of thing with, a fork that's got some miscellaneous meat. No, Adia's took that offer. Adia's not there for Kirsch with a rifle. And he, the driver looks at you and says, Yasia awaits, and gestures to the nice air-conditioned car.
I shall enter the nice air-conditioned car, and let's not keep him waiting then.
We've got a tight schedule. We need to get back before he. Anyway, and he jumps in, speeds you off, heads towards.
Text the boys, going to work.
Back in the morning.
Probably not. No.
Yeah,
Going to work. Meet you on the other side of the planet.
Shanaz is getting married again.
It's not. Oh, okay, fine. Yes. Okay.
I like the fact that was a good injury.
The silly thing is that Shanaz's personal problem originally was that she was married, but that she was married twice and not divorced any. And she was kind of on the run from two of her husbands, but she met one of them in the Pay the Road game. So it became somewhat less relevant.
Nice.
Which is why I switched it up to a slightly different problem with Millie.
Yes. But yeah, the car speeds you off over the desert towards a barge, a floating grav barge. That doesn't look like it goes very fast, which is probably why they've begun to leave. It looks beautiful. Big, like, ornate sails on it for no good reason. It's just, got
That's
sails.
a good reason. Aesthetics.
Well, yeah, okay. Yusef would say, why has it got sails on it? It's a grab barge. Like, the waste of, but these beautiful white sails and that kind of stuff. You can
Depraved opulence.
Depraved, yeah, definitely. Like, this Dar has definitely got opulence going on here.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, as you arrive, you can see that, like, it's a whole household on a barge, basically.
Hopefully it doesn't smell like cabbage like our spaceship does.
No, it smells of recycled air-conditioned air. It's very crisp and clean and lovely. But yeah, you're brought onto the barge, and you're not greeted by the Dar himself. It's more like the head of staff who sort of like, welcome aboard. We've made a room for you over here. Please provide us with any. I imagine Shanaz would have already sent that kind of stuff. And we've got your requests, your requirements.
A pint glass full of green M&Ms.
Yeah, we don't even have them on planet, but the Dar has arranged for them to be here by 7 p.m. kind of thing. And yeah, there's like a brief tour, there's a spa, there's a chapel on board, should you need to go pray, there's that kind of stuff. All this kind of stuff all around. Alina, like, drops you a text message kind of thing, being like, oh, wow, impressive. Of course, yes. Are you going to be back in time for our event?
Yes, of course. I'll definitely be back by then. Just heading out for a few days.
Oh, okay. All right. And that kind of stuff. And yeah, they say the Dar would like to have a sunset meal with you on the deck of the barge, far enough away from the city for the sunlight of the Baran A, which is the main, the little star, and the big star as it descends, and you can still. Anyway, all that kind of stuff. And if you'd like to make any sort of arrangements or publicity, they've got, all this kind of stuff, the media suite and whatever, that kind of thing. Civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I shall obviously go to my room and take a shower, wash my hair, change my clothes, unpack.
Yeah, there's somebody there to help you do all that as well.
Shoot out a few messages. Do we have a contact at Where's his name? Dares Fanjars.
So the contact you have there is the Dar. He's Amaron. He's the father. That's the contact you have. And yeah,
Okay, jolly good.
and you have his like main contact, not like the
assistant.
yeah, not like the main. You have his personal contact rather than the one that somebody would know you've called him on. Like you've got his private cell kind of thing where he can just say, no, it's just a courtesan. It's nothing like nothing's dodgy happening. It's just a courtesan.
Then I'll send him a message as well to let him know that I'm on planet and heading towards his region.
There's a momentary confusion, and then he's like, oh, yes.
If he wanted to book my services in maybe, how long do I reckon it'd take to get there on the barge? A couple of days?
Yeah, 4 or 5 days, because it's not going to go particularly fast. Yeah.
Well, I might have to push back my party from 4 days to the 15-day one then.
Yeah. But yeah.
So we'll rearrange social calendar to match the travel of the barge so that he can then book my services at the other end. And it doesn't look at all suspicious because I'll be there by then and everyone will know.
Yeah. And yeah, he eventually catches up that it's come via the your patron and the auction house kind of things. Like, oh yes, no, I can. I believe Shadi she owes me a favor. I'll bill her.
Absolutely, yes.
Kind of. I'm not at all accustomed to that kind of conversation. Like,
somebody's not good at cloak and dagger. Well, it's obviously him that didn't do it.
Yeah. But yeah, he's Amaron is very much like, okay, yeah, sure. We'll begin preparations, and so on and so forth. But the barge is lovely, very chill. Someone will come in.
Yeah, sure. Swan around the barge, make myself known, do my introductions, be nice to everybody, kiss babies, press flesh. Not like that.
There's no babies on the barge. It's nice. It's a nice barge. No babies on the barge.
Even better.
Yeah. And you get a good...
Kind of get a feel for the vibe that this guy's looking for. Is he looking for a storytelling, socially conscious courtesan, or is he wanting the full package?
You gather after the sort of tour and the sort of, this is all style, no substance. So you gather, I mean, I think Shanaz will pick it up really quickly. Like, you might be scheduled to have a meal with him and he might turn up, and so will his propaganda team, and there'll be maybe real 5 or 6 quick changes of food and he'll go off to do something else. And then,
jolly good.
And then over the evening on his social feeds, he will put out 5 or 6 different pictures. So you're going to have that whole sort of, you know, those sort of photo shoots where you look like you're walking, which is just swinging your leg backwards and forwards and pretending to walk. You're going to do that. So you're going to be pretending to eat for 20 minutes.
Oh, God, this is one of the easy jobs then. Yeah, no problem.
That's all he's going to do. And then there might be tomorrow, like, we need to do a spa picture, and then we'll have to go and, you know, do a movie picture, and then we'll have to go and do this. That kind of stuff. You quickly, from the way the household and the media suite is introduced to you, like, oh, okay. Better make sure I've got my clothes ready to roll because I'm going to have to check.
Schedule everything in with the media team so we know what time to be where, doing what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that kind of stuff.
Adjust the schedule. And then start looking into news feeds and trying to find out any information I can about any families that have sent courtesans back to the temple. Descendants, heirs, people who have suddenly stopped appearing at social functions, just, you know, scanning the social pages so as to catch up on the Dabaran social scene, but using that as cover to try and find out if there's been more disappearances than the one we're aware of. Ones.
Yeah, all right. So there's about as you sort of look through this kind of stuff, there's a bunch of stuff that talks about the wound, which is a big sort of cleft in the mountain range near Icon City. Not Icon City, Lotus City. Icon City is on Mira. It's very beautiful. It's probably where Carvus is right now. But yeah, Lotus City, there is not far from there like a wound, and there's supposed to be an old city that fell down in there. There's a bunch of sort of hype talking about the Foundation who've come in to study things down there, both from like the off-world folks who are needing guides or just wanting like proper kind of, I guess what they'd call like culture, rather than Lotus City, which is all a bit like rustic in terms of the Lotus Sisters have kind of had this sort of cultural chokehold around it for a while.
So it's like Luxor and the Valley of the Kings when you've gone to Cairo.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch of those folks who want, and they've been coming and going for good couple of segments. So since the Cyclade turns, they've been here backwards and forwards, spending weeks going off to take some artifact over there to somewhere else. There is a growing number of folks who are very angry that the Foundation are taking these things away, and that these artifacts belong to the Baron and belong to Lotus and belong to the Lotus Sisters, who are typically like stoic and tight-lipped about it. They don't get involved in. They're here to run the city and keep the Icon Dome pristine and culturally safe. Stuff that happens out of there, they're not going to comment on. So there are a bunch of locals who are like, this is outrageous and just another interference from the Zenithians and that kind of stuff. There is a gossip that the head commissar, who is basically like the head of the watch, his son has ran away into the desert. He's just ran off. Doesn't want the arranged marriage he's been offered. Has decided to run away. And the main the commissar, what's his name? Where is he?
That's just shocking behaviour.
Aid Babaksan Sansani, who's the head commissar. Aid being the honorific kind of prefix. He is like not even like, people have tried to ask him in press conferences and stuff about things like, how's your son? He's like, no, if business.
What was his last name? Sorry.
Sansi. No, Sasani. Sasani. There we go, Sasani. His son has apparently run into the desert, never to be heard of again. Who doesn't have to marry some ugly Dar's daughter. What else is going on gossip-wise? There is a crowdfunding to restart Stars of the Baron. It's not got much traction, I'm afraid. You've probably got somebody from the crowdfunding site already asking you to endorse it. If you could just make a video and share that with your fans. Everybody loved you on season 7. There is a lot of talk about, licensing and allowing only specific people to sell talismans, icons, and so on in the city, but that always gets shut down. There's another petition to let vehicles into Icon City. That's been shut down.
I'll get shut down.
Yeah. What else? That might be exciting.
So I heard from my contact at the temple that there were a whole bunch of girls that were sent back because they were no longer needed to teach the young people.
Yeah.
That's kind of the lead I'm also trying to tease out of the social papers.
Okay.
Because if these are families of important people,
Yeah.
then their lives would be being reported on, their parties, their
Yeah. I mean, there's
horse racing, camel racing, and all of that stuff.
there's a certain element, and I guess Shanaz might spot it, where it's not that they're not at the parties, it's just that there's a bunch of like the social pages, the social the gossip columns kind of thing, just don't mention them.
Right.
So it's not that they're like, oh, I wonder where Jono's gone.
Noticeable by their absence.
They just don't mention that Jono wasn't there, so they'll mention like other folks kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's not a massive amount, but it's big enough for like the courtesans, because there's like 5 of them. 5 folks that aren't mentioned. Or at least in the past 3 or 4 past, half a segment, half a month or so, 3 or 4 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, that they've just sort of dropped. Like, you can go back and you can see them at the Cyclade, and there's all these people. Look at this fabulous party on this badge. Look at this fabulous party at this dome. Look at this party here at Icons. And then now it's sort of like Z list, or somebody best friend is no longer mentioned.
Yeah.
And there's no gossip about why their best friend isn't mentioned. So clearly the families are paying to keep it quiet. But also, like, nobody's mentioned or finding them, or they've gone into rehab or something. Nothing like that has come up. So there's about 5.
And if it was 1 or 2, you might go probably rehab.
Yeah,
but 5 or
rehab.
6 on top of the 2 we already know about, plus the prefect's son.
You're looking at like 7 or 8 at least of these rich young folk who have gone missing.
That's too many. So that presents a pattern. Okay, that's me. I just wanted to sort of do some research in between my busy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
While
half-eaten meals,
yeah.
And 10 seconds in a theatre chair, 10 seconds on a lounge deck, that kind of stuff. How much tat has Yusuf and Silsila bought?
I have an idea, actually, Yusuf. We could make sure that we get at least one of every misspelling of Shanaz's name on a t-shirt.
Sounds good to me. And then over the next, we got to do
forever.
all the jumps back to Coriolis. We'll all be wearing different ones every day of the journey.
Exactly, like Shanaz,
sounds great.
Shaniz,
Unlicensed
Shunaz.
merch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you've got bags of stuff, and some local gal is just like, "Do you want me to carry your bags? 200 bear, I'll carry your bags for you."
Absolute.
The bag costs 300. Shut off.
Well, exactly. I don't want to. Take it. All right, 800 bear, I'll carry your bags for you. Valuable bags, I'll take great care of them.
Sorry, what?
You made a good
That
haggle
quadrupled.
there, friend.
Go away.
All right. Loads of folks. I've got a wheelbarrow. I'll carry your bags for you. That kind of stuff.
I feel like we should offer to carry people. Like, they're not really that heavy, and we could make like 800 million bear, according by the prices here.
Or you could find where the missing children have gone.
Well,
Yeah, but you guys don't have a license to tout on the street, so you'd probably get arrested knowing the
We're going to the university.
All right. So we make our way through Lotus City.
I think what actually happens is we get almost all the way there, look at all the tat, walk like 90 minutes back, drop the tat off at the ship, along with most of our money, and then go to university.
Sounds good.
Because otherwise we are wearing all these
And we
clothes.
throw a t-shirt at Kirsch.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're heading to the institute. We're heading to the Fermat Garud Mathematical Institute. And we're gonna go and try and infiltrate it, or make friends. A bit same sort of approaches at the space docks, yeah. And just sort of make some friends and head and find out what we can do.
Yeah, I like. What do you want to do, Yusuf? What's your idea?
I think we should go and check out the university in the social spaces, but but Shanaz is probably right, and we're probably better off talking to people who work there rather than the kids. I don't know. Look at me. Do the kids want to talk to me?
I don't know.
Depends on what the local grunge movement is around the area. See if they're all dressing up as Algol dock workers in some kind of ironic, self-aware statement.
Find the people that look like they buried the clothes to get that authentic look. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who Silsilla would speak to inside a university other than.
Well, we have been commissioned to investigate this, right? And it's not a
Okay,
secret thing. So we could go to the university administration and say, look, can we just let you know we're on site asking questions, and then maybe trouble will find us.
Sounds good.
I'm just looking at all the fun things you can actually get for 200 burr.
Yeah.
Seriously, that kid was going to carry your bags for half an hour for 200 burr. You could buy an optical scope.
Yeah, I will say to Silsilla at some point, what were all the I assume drug things that Shanaz was talking about earlier on? Because I haven't really, at some point we should go and explore that when we're not on an important mission, because I didn't really get access. I haven't really been.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Someone's like, drugs. I've got drugs, mate. Do you want some?
No, this is not near.
You could get 2 long rifles.
Just like a guy pops out.
Yeah,
All right, mate. I've got a few. Look,
I've got a perfectly legal opal cap down the road. Come on, let's go.
yeah. I mean, I'll explain what they are roughly. I think that Silsilla's probably more used to stimulants while piloting.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything serious, or he's not looking
want
for
some booze and
hardcore, but just recreational stuff, make his life feel a bit less shit.
I mean, that's what the
Have you
t-shirt.
tried capybara?
Yeah.
I like capybara.
I mean,
A
it is
Saladin grape gun.
What I want to do is give Kirsch a capybara and then mind walk while she's eating it. Just
The
to see,
capybara. That's
just to
some
see
bullshit
what
right
she
there.
feels.
Oh,
Kirsch,
okay.
not the capybara. Mine will.
Yeah, not the capybara.
Oh, okay, that's not quite
I
so
can't
bad.
do animals.
Jesus Christ, that's dark.
I can
Alright.
do people.
So we get to the institute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we were doing.
That's what
Yeah.
we're doing. I feel the game has gotten away
I
with us
only
again.
interrupt once, but I once
I
went
could do
to a
people
Warhammer
too.
Fantasy roleplay game, but we were clearly off track, looking for books in somebody's house for no reason really. And we went, what are the books called? And Gian went, they're called Get Back to the Fucking Plot, Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's it. That's exactly what the next person is selling. The
Brilliant.
plot.
Yeah.
Come, I can
Great.
give you the
Oh,
plot.
we're not money
Only
now.
3 bear. Very cheap. So we get to the institute, and it's like a lot of really old. Like the best way to sort of imagine it would be something like Oxford or like an old building, used to sort of. And then there are added on sort of domes and bits and pieces around it. Doesn't look like there is like the plaza and the academies on Coriolis have like big open grass spaces and stuff around. Doesn't look like there's much of that in Dabar and the institute. Like nobody really wants to spend much time outside. But there are like signposts to like cantinas and cafes and that kind of stuff, like, and that sort of thing around. You're making your way to like a sort of admin.
Yeah, the admin, the
Yeah.
the representative.
So okay.
I will, as we approach, I will just hang back half a step. It's my natural disposition to defer to Silsilla in times of like authority or that kind of thing. I'll just hang back. I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah. So were you trying to like approach like a student body, like the students?
No, the administration
Or the
dean sort of thing.
Okay. So there is like a reception desk. There is somebody in like the institute sort of robes with like I wouldn't say a tabard, but at least like a sash or something to indicate that they're part of the sort of
Big sign.
yeah. Ask me for
Here
help.
to help.
Yeah. In a booth. And they look at you and they frown a bit because you like are you looking for the residents? Can I help you find your children?
Well, it could help us find somebody's children. Sorry. I'll start
Well,
again.
no. We don't. Perhaps we should start again, sir.
I'll hold on.
We're investigating, I'll say.
Yes. I introduced myself as Captain Miller and working on behalf of whichever Dar it is.
Esfanjar. Oh, yes. I believe he has his son is studying here.
Well,
Raheed.
Is the question. He appears to have perhaps bonded for juvenile amusement.
I would like you to make an empathy roll.
Cool. Just empathy by itself.
I don't believe. Do you have culture?
I have none of that, no.
No, then an empathy roll all by yourself.
I just thought it was amusing to ask. All right then, I've got two actual dice.
Do you want me to do that?
Well, you can
No.
do my reroll.
Okay.
The best bit is I got 2 5s.
Close.
I do have the reroll from that person in chat before. Do you get more than 2 dice?
No, unless did we pray? Who did we pray to last time? We should write this down. I should write this
The
down.
machine icon.
Yeah.
You're a heretic, aren't you?
I don't know what you mean.
He's a
An apostate. All right then. Well, here we go then.
Anders.
I'm going to use that reroll the chat gave me before I give you. Have you got 8 darkness ones?
Because people have pushed.
A talent use and then
Talents.
pushing.
Okay, well, no. Have you got 9 darkness points? Because I used my reroll, got nothing. I mean, technically, this is 6 dice, so one of them should be 6. Oh. Anyway, I try and fail a lot.
All right, so it's not that you try and fail a lot. You can just see like the sort of admin, like the secretary, the folks we've been talking to being like, I'm afraid we can't give out like the personal details. You understand the son of Adar is a very important person, and just to give out their whereabouts, their attendance
certainly think
record
so.
or so on would be a large step out of protocol. Do you have any ID or
Yeah, I'll give them
endorsements on
my-
behalf of the
like,
Dar?
Still have the thing that says I'm in the colony space ranger bit.
Uh-huh.
So I'll hand that over to say identify myself.
They look at it and go, that is all well and good. Do you have any endorsement from the Dar?
Do we?
Not official, not like as like, because he doesn't want folks to know his son's gone
You've
missing.
got an email from someone saying the Dar's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be honest and say no. It's supposed to be under the radar. It isn't really like my forte. But
they laugh and go, really?
I drive things. I fly things. I sometimes do other things. Those vehicles. But yeah,
We live in
I
the
just-
real world.
I understand. But here in the real world of the Mathematical Institute, I cannot give out attendance, locations, or schedules of Dar's children.
Are you confident that he's still here? 'Cause it's
I
very
will.
unusual for the Dar
I
to
will
ask
obviously
this.
confirm I'm confident in and they're like, doing that thing where they're like, I can neither confirm nor deny that a son of a Dar exists in this quantum realm. Probability matrix might collapse, and a child that has noble birth from Debaran is in attendance to a college, or might not be if they don't want to be. Totally at the
Right, hang on
discretion.
for a second.
Gonna
I
do
need
a
to
mind
find my
thing.
mind walker power. While this is going on,
Mhm.
and Silsilla is chatting away,
Badly.
it doesn't matter. I've met them now.
Wahaha.
Talents. Sorry, I'm just looking through the book quickly. Cybernetic, mystical powers. But he hears and feels regardless. It's not like thoughts, it's like what they feel.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll tell you if he feels nervous or something along those lines.
I will bend down to tie my bootlaces
Mm-hmm.
because I have a tell.
Mm-hmm.
Completely self-enforced, by the way. My eyes rolling back in my head, and I'm going to kneel down, tie my shoelace, and mind walk this person
Yeah.
while this conversation's going on with Silsilla to see if I can see how they're feeling.
All right. So they are. I think.
Get a darkness point.
Oh yeah, they do. I do. They're mostly just frustrated at Silsilla's kind of. I'm here to do this, but also I have no proof and no.
I see anything on a screen.
I think you need to make a Mystic Powers roll for more.
Okay,
stuff, don't
sure.
you?
I will make a mystic. I'm more than happy to make a Mystic Powers roll. This is
Yeah.
what I do. 2 successes.
All right, so they have a tabula on the little platform in front of them, and you can see that they were expecting Silsilla to perhaps bring up, offer a endorsement from the DAR to say yes, I authorize these. These are my agents, kind of thing. So you can already see Vahid's attendance record is up on the screen, so that kind of stuff. And they look at, it's frustrating kind of stuff because they're there and Silsilla's like, yeah, but I have a flight and that kind of stuff. And then they do this thing where they shake their head and they look down for a minute or two, just in a oh God, save me from that kind of stuff. And you just briefly get to see he hasn't been here for about 14 days at least. He hasn't logged in. And then there is a I guess it would be like a room card capture, and that was used today. So he hasn't attended his lectures, but
someone's been in his room.
Yeah, somebody's used the room today.
What room number is it?
Yeah, it's got a.
Can I log?
Yeah,
can I kind of?
You get a residence.
Oh yeah, I probably won't know where it is or whatever,
Yeah.
related to things, but it might be a useful bit of information.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see that was used today. You get an address or a location for it. That makes no sense in the terms of you just arrived at the institute kind of thing. But there might be a map somewhere that you can look at it. And then they look back up at Silsilla, who's still doing his oh no, but I fly it, whatever. And my mum knitted this jumpsuit for me. Kind of thing. They're like,
I'm tempted to do thought transference with Silsilla while I'm bent down, but then I'm giving more darkness points to transfer the thought.
Yeah.
Get him to ask about other people, or something like that. Can I do thought transference?
At the same time, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, it's another darkness point.
Okay.
But while I'm there, I'm going to do thought transference to Silsilla. I think I actually have to make a roll for this one.
Okay.
Because every additional one, I could do more people.
Affect more people.
But it's if I get a success, then if they're familiar, friends of mine, I can do it even if I can't see them.
So you could thought
So I basically
to Shanaz.
I could thought transfer to Shanaz. You're absolutely right. If I get an extra success, then I could thought transfer to Shanaz. And I got 1 success.
Okay, just one friendo. So you thought transfer to Shanaz, right?
How's
it going out there? Are you all good?
Yeah.
Silsilla's chatting someone up.
Dude, my boots are really sandy. No.
You're right. It does get everywhere.
I'm going to message Silsilla, and hopefully Silsilla won't react. Yeah, but I'm going to say, I can see her tabula. It's a woman, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lady. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So, I can see her tabula. He hasn't been for 2 weeks. Someone checked his room today. Ask her about other people. Get her to play around with her tabula. I might be able to see more.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift my way of speaking to her and just sort of sit down and look at her directly and say, look, I'm not very good at talking, but I am really good at reading basics. So I reckon that you probably know that guy's not been here for a while. Don't think you're allowed to say. And You don't have to directly help me, but if I ask you who else hasn't been around for a while then? And you just let your face tell me what you can't actually say, Who else is missing? Anyone else you haven't seen for a while? Actually, maybe a friend of this person, someone in the same social circle. Definitely someone with the same standing.
All right.
You're having to make empathy rolls, dude.
No, right. Okay. So you say this sort of thing to her, and she looks at you.
Stare directly back.
Eyes go a little bit wild. I spend a darkness point, and she pushes herself back from this. She goes, "You're one of them mystics, aren't you?"
Oh God,
You're
no.
one of
the
them
aviators, woman.
freaks. And she sort of scoops up her stuff. You're. Oh, I should have worn my face mask. Oh, I need to go and she like scoops everything up and starts to leave and like back away and she's like flicking through. She's like calling for housekeeping to come and clean the station, that kind of stuff. She's having a bit of a panic.
Can I stand up at that point and go, dude, stop annoying the woman? Look, clearly, she doesn't know what you're talking about. This is a dead end. Let's go to the Union Bar and see if anyone's got any information.
She's probably left like the campus pamphlet, like "Welcome to the Institute"
cool,
kind of thing, and that kind of stuff.
Let's take those and go.
But you can see her like leaving and that kind of stuff. She's freaking out.
I will blurt out the room number to Silsilla
before you forget it.
Can we look in the maps for like the building or whatever?
Yeah, it's as you look at it. It's one of the Lotus City halls. It's one of the Lotus City residents, so they don't stay on
campus.
Yeah, they don't stay on campus. But that also means that they're probably fancier, probably also near bars and restaurants and cool stuff rather than being in school.
Not actually wanting to get educated.
Yeah,
they just want to go and get
booze, booze party, that kind of stuff. Which is Yusuf like disgusted? Like, why would you waste this opportunity to learn?
Probably. I'm like whinging all the way there, and then stop just before we got to the door.
Yeah. That's fine. No worries.
So we head back into town.
We do. Are we going to tell Shanaz this, by the way? Do we even have Shanaz's number? Do we have like your...
we've got a comm frequency. Are we allowed to use it inside the holy building, though?
Yeah, you are allowed to use it.
I'm just saying that to Cecilia, taking the piss,
It's probably solar power. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh yeah. They've got like 400 peasants pedaling on bicycles to power stuff. But I'll
Wind turbines, isn't it?
You should call Shanaz and tell her.
Cool. You're on mute, by the way, Ben.
Months now.
Use capybaras in a big wheel.
Yeah.
There's been a real series of power cuts recently.
Yeah.
So I'll just message you asking for free to conscious that maybe you're engaged.
Presumably, if I catch the call between one of my
photo shoots,
yeah.
Staged events. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Cool. I guess I will just do the equivalent of FaceTiming so you can see it's me and Yusuf. And
hello, Captain. Hello, Yusuf. How can I help?
Oh no, we're helping you.
Oh, excellent.
So I'll explain what Yusuf found out, but not how Yusuf found out. But essentially, the guy hasn't been to lectures for 14 days, but someone's just gone into his apartment, so we're off to the apartment.
Smart move. Be careful looking around. Try not to, press fingerprints all over everything.
We've got
whatever it is.
Gloves. For, machinery.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
I found out a few bits and pieces as well.
Cool.
It's not just the 2. Looks like there could be as many as 9.
Okay.
currently missing.
Any particular is there a family grouping? Are they involved in certain?
I'm still
Yeah.
digging through information, but it doesn't look like it. It does look like they're all quite well off.
Are they all Zenithians or first come?
Consortium bastards.
Give me a chance. These things aren't like quite the same level of just shouting it in people's faces. But yes, I'm getting more information.
I thought you were all sponsored with like logos and shit all over you. You know, I thought that was kind of. No?
That's.
Or was that
tacky.
crass? Sorry.
That's very crass.
Oh.
I mean, if someone
apologise.
asks, I might mention who crafted the gown I'm wearing. But they should know.
And what are
already,
you
and
wearing
if-
tonight, Shanaz?
None of your business.
That means nothing, Silsila.
Yeah, I know. I thought exactly the same. Exactly the same.
She's
thought
getting
to
married
say.
again.
I was just about to say it. Yeah, we're going to be broke spending our money on flowers.
Anyway, boys, I'm gonna have to go.
Oh,
I
okay.
need to
Congratulations.
Get to the spa.
Yes.
I have a photo shoot in 18 minutes, and I need to change into my gym attire.
Cool. Have fun. We're going to walk all the way back into the city now.
Okay.
Enjoy.
It's an outdoor gym.
So we finished speaking with.
It's a sex gym.
No, I meant at the walk.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah.
I love
best if
the
you don't,
idea.
you'll get arrested.
Like, you know, on Discord where you can see people in a voice chat, and if you're part of that, like, I love at some point, like, Kirsch arrives as the chat as you all go, bye. Right, and Kirsch is
bless.
just like, oh.
Oh, we joined back though.
Yeah, I'd get back on that call with Kirsch joined us.
Kirsch is like,
Like, mate, there's no capybaras.
I haven't found any capybaras.
Everywhere.
shit planet, I don't like it.
Same here.
And he's like, come and do the maintenance. Get off the call. It's good to do. Bye.
She does like doing the main.
Yeah.
I might say to them,
Mm-hmm.
like, keep an eye out. We are poking our noses into stuff. So you might get some people give you some shit.
Okay. Adia has the rifle. They've been practicing.
Cool.
Just tell them where we are. Also, at some point, we should probably let them have a go at the tour stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Just leave your money back on the ship.
Kirsch
Cars.
probably won't be allowed to do the tourists because they would be like a
Because
pet.
they're heavily... Oh, man.
They're a,
But
a-
Adia probably
Get me.
also wouldn't be allowed to do the tourist thing either.
They're a humanite.
Yeah.
This nonsense. It's nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolute bollocks. I
Yeah.
completely agree. All right, then. Let's just get off this.
All right, so we head back to Lotus City.
Mhm.
Head back to Lotus City. Make our way through, following like Google Maps, the bar and Star Maps, whatever it is, Star Maps, and we head to the halls, and it's surprisingly quite simple sort of student accommodation.
Yeah, I was going to
like,
say, is there a doorman? We should walk past it first. Like, a little bit of that colonial concept.
all right, make an infiltration roll.
Okay. I actually have a dice for that.
Good.
I have infiltration. Can I help you?
Yes.
So
you can
I
have
roll
an
6.
extra
By
dice.
distracting.
Are you better at it than me? I roll 6 dice.
I roll 5, so you're better at it than me.
At 1 point up.
I think I roll 5 for everything, apart from mystic powers.
We go then.
Phenomenal mystic powers.
7. 'Cause... I got one success.
Okay,
I
so
must admit, I was expecting some kind of, security, doorman,
Like-
concierge.
nothing like that. It's like
Deliveroo?
yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Nothing like that. Really simple, very sort of low key, crammed into the streets of Lotus City. Maybe like up 2 or 3 flights of stairs to get there. Just a really sort of nondescript room when you get to it. Obviously, there's some sort of like keycard, NFT kind of entry. And you can see like There's definitely like muddy handprints, like it's a dirty kind of door. But doesn't
Outside?
from the outside, yeah. But it doesn't look like, you know, obviously you're looking like doors and corners kids kind of approach, and this doesn't look like anybody's been beaten up, or it just looks like a grubby kind of student sort of.
Yeah, so not actual mud.
No, not actual mud, but just like
Finger marks and
dirt
grime
and grub
Okay,
and
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
All right. I mean, you want to
No
knock?
maintenance for a long time.
Hmm.
Are we knocking or are we just?
Is it a buzz situation or is it a knock or can you go in?
Either of those.
Right.
You can't go into his room. Like you've
Yeah,
got
we-
access to the building.
Yeah.
So you
But
can
you
get
can't-
into the building.
Yeah, but
okay.
you can't get into his.
Okay, we'll go up
specific
to his
door.
room.
Yeah.
We'll go up to his room.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just knock. That seems fairly sensible.
Yeah, we'll try that first.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Should we decide what we're going to say when they open the door? Or should we just punch him?
Well, if it's him, then we'll
We
jump
do
in
know
the
what he
room.
looks like, right? We're not just like stood outside.
Yeah, I assume we've got pictures of these people, right?
Yeah, you know what they look like. Yeah.
So we know what they look like. So if it's him, we'll just push into the room and be like, your parents are looking for you. What the fuck are you up to?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. If it's not him, then you shoot them.
But I think as well, his parents might have considered looking in his flat
True. I know. But there may be some weird scenario
before hiring a bunch
where
of
he's
dudes
been there
from a
hiding out for
different
2 weeks
planet.
and finally he's come back and he's going to tell us where all the other ones are.
They probably asked somebody, it was 12 million bear, and they figured we were cheaper.
Have you got that gun?
Of course I do.
Get it out. I'll pull my baton out.
Well, I'm gonna, I can just keep it in a pocket and just, fire. From
Yeah, have your hand in the. I wouldn't just
Yeah,
not
it's
have. Don't
Flight
not have
suit,
your hand on it.
Yeah, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright then, I'm just gonna knock on the door then.
Right, knock on the door.
Yusuf's probably just casually leaning with just a baton behind him. I
Yeah,
assume,
you
or
knock
just-
on
No,
the
it's
door.
like up the sleeve kind of
Oh,
thing,
okay.
like ready,
Ready
to,
to
drop
drop.
down.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
All right, so you
Maybe.
knock on the door. Nobody answers.
Can I data in the door?
Yes, you can try to date
I
it
really
in the
hope
door.
you can.
I'll try. Here we go. Oh, I got one.
What? All right, so it takes a little while. There's a bit where Sincilla just has to like smile at a food delivery person who saunters past, like, oh yeah, kind of thing. yeah. Just forgot my car, that kind of thing. As they just like, yeah, whatever.
Oh, man,
It's a
you
maths school, and like being expected to do basic arithmetic is just too easy. You can't do it.
They don't give cards out. You've got to hack your doors to get in. That's what it's like in math school.
Ultimate math school.
Code or start.
So it does take a little while, but you manage to sort of force the password or whatever it is to get through. And you open the door. It is quite a small room. It looks like it's one of those sort of, it doesn't really have a kitchen or anything in here. There's a bed, a desk, a wash basin, small wardrobe. And what you see is there is papers everywhere. Like all over the room, like notes scattered.
Being disturbed kind of thing.
It's scattered all over the room. There's a couple of tabulas, one on the bed, one on the desk, one on a window ledge kind of thing, like literally look just around. And it's just like a mess, but not we've tossed the room and made a mess. But similarly, not the kind of mess that Jafar makes when he's in that frenzied kind of, oh my god, I'm gonna, that was the Kirsch, not
I
Jafar.
was going to say, Jakesh.
Kirsch,
Oh my god,
Mon
he's
Dieu.
like a fursuit.
Yeah.
Mon
Jafar the
Dieu,
whole time.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu, maths kind of thing. I'm sorry, Adun, I am butchering your character, but it's not that kind of creative,
Right.
mess.
But somewhere in between, or it's just
Somewhere-
messy.
Somewhere in between, I've thrown like
Like somebody's lost something, traveled through everything to find it.
maybe, yeah.
Like their own stuff.
Okay, let's go in and shut the door. What do all these papers seem to be
Yeah, what is written on them?
the gist of? He's done some crazy maths that proves something that people don't want proved, and the collective of kids have done some work that's like next level thinking.
So a bunch of them are class notes. They're on like the institute's sort of standard kind of notepad kind of thing. There's a bunch of that. A lot of them are like some weird mathematical formulas, like, you know, the sort of calculus style letters for numbers and then divided by
anything like portal jumps.
Yep.
The only kind of maths they'll probably recognize. So if they're like,
What does it come under? Does it come under technology?
I think it would, yeah.
oh, I'm good at that. You know, I am good at that.
Yeah, I got 5 dice on that. Maybe not as good as you.
7.
7 dice.
Yeah,
Wow.
I only picked 3 skills. I just
All right. Okay. I've got like 9 skills.
yeah. I picked.
That's
3.
why I'm the dog's body. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was like, I guess if he needs to fix his own ship, he's gonna have to be mechanically minded. So
All right, you're gonna make a.
I am indeed. So 3 plus 4. Can they get an assist or not?
I'll assist you.
Yeah, you both have a look over these papers.
Excellent.
That one's upside down, Silsilla.
I got no successes. Is it worth pushing?
Yeah.
You've got a free reroll.
Oh.
I used it before.
Oh, use that.
Use
Oh,
Push.
okay.
On my
Push,
2 dice.
dude. And if anyone in chat wants to give us a reroll while he's pushing, then that would be cool.
Oh, I got at least 1.
Says Pete, the man who banned that from happening in his own games.
If the reroll comes before you use it, that's fine.
I got 1 success.
All right.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, see.
So as you're looking over it, some of
16.
it looks like geodata.
Ooh.
So there's definitely like locations, transposing geodata, and you get the idea that perhaps it's less mathematical, pure maths, and more like cartographical transpositions, and they're trying to work out something along those lines.
Ah, cool. They're either trying to fold space-time or figure out where the hidden temple is.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Nothing in the
It's the foundation dig. I get suddenly excited.
Damn it!
Um,
We've got gloves. We can go digging.
As you're sort of there, can somebody make me an observation roll, but -2?
I'll do that one because
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. I'm busy.
'Cause you're,
looking
like,
at
digging
papers.
around.
Yeah.
yeah. So what my 1 on skill, 4 on wits, that's 5 -2, so 3 dice, right?
But there's a lot in chat somewhere.
1 success.
All right. So Silsilla is like, you know, channeling his inner Jafar, going through all this maths, looking at it, turning the papers the right way round, getting confused because it's obviously not spatial data, it's space data, but not space data.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand. You know, it's a pilot thing. And as you're there, I guess it's sort
like-
of no. It's more like you're looking around trying to put the papers in order for Silsilla, maybe
Yeah.
gather them together. As you're looking, it looks like somebody's wedged a little tag, a data tag, underneath one of the bedposts, like, you know, underneath the bit that goes on the floor, the bed foot the bed. There you go.
Yeah.
Those are the words.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Like the little
wedged
leg.
the leg.
It's
Somebody's
like a
wedged
wedge.
a tag, which is like a USB storage, like a
Okay.
drive kind of thing.
I will pull that out.
Yeah, so you put it, and it's still got, you know, it's flashing like it's got data on it. Just a little.
So, if you've got
Go on, what's up?
here, I'll stick it in his face while he's like pouring through stuff.
So this isn't like a camera. It's somebody's USB.
Yeah, it's
flash
basically
drive.
a USB, a little flash
Little
drive. Or
drive,
something.
little flash drive. Do I have anything I can plug it into, like a little?
You'd
ta-
need
oh, one of the
some, like,
tabulars.
tabulars. Yeah, you're
I
gonna
pick up one of the tabulars off the thing and just plug it in.
Yeah, so you push it over, and it seems to be like you were expecting maybe to find, I don't know, proof of life videos or
Plans to the secret
journals,
temple.
that kind of stuff. But it throws out like a bunch of stories, like the great stories of this, that, the other. all of them with like a recent search for like portal wars.
Portal Wars.
The portal wars.
Does that mean anything to us?
Well, there was. It's how originally the horizon got cut off from the other horizons. There was a big portal
Oh,
wars.
okay, yep, yep.
You know, Earth and
I'm with it,
Arda
yeah.
and that kind of stuff. There are some historical texts about the earthquake, which shook Lotus and shifted the large sections into what's now called the Wound.
Shit, do they have a portal engine here?
And then there's also something,
Do you think it's buried?
and it's not it's highlighted in the text, but there's no real context for it, especially skimming it as it is now, called the Revenge of the Beast. And it's uncertain about whether the earthquake was the Revenge of the Beast, or the Revenge of the Beast is going to come because of the earthquake, or like which way this event is has it been, or is it to come?
So, wild theory time, Yusuf. I don't actually know how you make a portal, but if it's some kind of mechanical device, maybe that's in a temple, or if it's a weird void creature and like flying through.
There's something cool down there
Okay, let's text
in the Wound.
Let's text Shanaz and say we're off to archaeology school, but we'll give you
Yeah,
a full
yeah.
explanation.
Just put da 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 da.
Yeah, just a picture of a hat. and a
It
whip.
belongs in a museum. That's what you
Yeah.
send to Shanaz.
Oh yeah, this belongs in a museum.
As it's actually
Punch
quite
the
late.
crystal skull. That's what you know.
Yeah, as it's actually quite late. That I think is all we have time for. With a confused what? We're going on an adventure. We're going to be Indiana Jones.
We're gonna find either a mysterious machine. Hopefully, Shanaz will come and rescue us.
Or mop us up into a bucket.
Yeah, I'll be back in about a week.
Cool.
Okay. But yeah, we've got some intrigue and some adventure going on.
What a dynamic duo we are.
And what we all forget in this breaking into somebody's room is the 7 bags of tap you've been dragging, like the shopping.
No, we went back.
No,
We
they
took
did
it
drop
back
them
to-
back
we
off at
dropped
the
it
ship.
back to the
Okay.
ship.
Yeah.
We dropped it
Giant
back to the ship.
Primark shoulder bags.
Although I have got a few crappy crass things like dangling around my neck or something.
Like 27 different flower things.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for playing Daft Coriolis with me tonight. I had fun. You are silly folks, and I enjoyed it.
Like
That's really
regular
good.
Coriolis, but daft.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this.
Good.
Relaxing.
We'll be back next week for more Coriolis fun and maybe some archaeology.
And maybe even plot.
Yeah, I can
Hey,
try.
we are hitting plot
You are.
like you wouldn't believe it,
It's
knocking
the
it
other
out of
way
the
around,
park.
Like we're just walking, a plot goes poof. And we're like, no, I was saying.
Plot is happening. Plot is happening whether you know it or not. But yeah, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun too. Thank you very much for joining us in chat. It's very nice to see some very familiar names there in that chat, having a chat. Cheers, folks. If you're wondering what chat I'm talking about, it is, of course, the chat on Twitch, where we stream on Tuesdays, BST 9-ish, twitch.tv/GarBadGames, because if you're not watching in Twitch chat, you're probably watching us on YouTube, where you can catch up with all our adventures there. Either way, there is some sort of like button around, and there is some sort of subscribe or join us or get updates button. Click them all, and then leave a comment.
Yes.
And join the chat, so on and so forth. And if you can't do that because you some other reasons, come and join us on the Discord, because that's where we do all the chatting, and that's good fun. And if Discord's not your thing, then come over to Patreon. There we go. Did I tick all the boxes? I was
Boom.
pretty swift ticking the boxes. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Are we Awatawitawing?
Watatau. It's just been
Nice.
decided that there is a Watatau tomorrow.
Hooray! You heard it here
Yes.
first, folks. In space.
There's only a few more episodes of this season 3.
Mhm.
Then there's going to be Age of Sigmar, and then we're going to go back to a Watatau. So it's going to be Warhammer Wednesday forever.
Forever. Excellent.
I like
I
it.
love it.
At some point, I do want to do
Mhm.
a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay first edition one shot, just for fun, just for fun.
The second edition was the sweet spot, but yeah, the first edition wasn't too dissimilar.
Descent.
I like the old lore of first edition, I have to say. But anyway.
Do not cite the old laws to me, witch.
All right, so tomorrow here on Twitch. Then on Thursday is.
I don't think we've got a game BST, have we, Ben?
Not at the minute, no.
So there's nothing, but if you stay up late or you come at the right time.
Achtung Cthulhu.
Yep, Americans are doing something.
Yes, they're playing Achtung Cthulhu.
They're going all the way.
You
It's
know,
still going. Episode 11 was
something
up on
about
YouTube yesterday.
materializing in walls and
I need to catch up. I need
fabulous
to
mind
catch up.
powers and people dying left, right, and centre was what I last heard about that.
Yep.
Which is what you want for Achtung Cthulhu, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I
And
mean, if
generally
it's a Cthulhu
punching
game and no one
Nazis, you know.
is in trouble or punching Nazis, it's not really, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, but I understand Matt and co are very much doing it right.
So I hear.
So that's in,
Yes.
in the reasonable hours for North America, but also the early hours for
But
Europe.
next week on Thursday, Europe time.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh. Da, 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 da,
the
da.
One Ring.
Oh,
Da, da,
awesome!
da,
Yes,
da,
it
da, da.
returns
Da, da, da.
Excellent.
with some
Da-da-da,
new members, and the Heir of Elendil storyline continues.
Oh,
I'm
that's
going to have to
exciting.
get my Welsh accent back out.
Bag of skirt.
Oh yeah, hey up lad, I'm a dwarf again.
But before that, there's a Friday.
There is a Friday, and it's Blades in the Aaron.
Blades in the Aaron.
That sounds painful. But...
Blades
You guys had
in
a
the dark.
downtime session in the last one, didn't you?
We did have a bit of a downtime
How
session.
did it go?
Quite well. Yeah. I'm not dying anymore, which is nice. Yeah.
Healing in downtime.
There's been some recovering happening, and
Cool.
we've lined up a couple of potential scores. Oh no, that's it. We did pick the score that we were going to do. We had a bit of an
That's cool.
argument over which score we were going to do. There was a, shall we stop the war we're about to be involved in, or should we do something easier first? And in the end, doing something easier first won out. So we're
Of course it did.
taking down a powerful ghost commanding whisper witch who runs a house of ill repute full of drugs and booze and has ghosts everywhere that do her bidding. And we're going to break in by having Jeff blow a hole in the wall underwater.
Nice.
So our first
Nice.
roll of the next session is somehow Jeff acquiring an underwater suit.
Has he got an Eastern European accent in this one?
No, he's
Oh.
playing Britishish. Danny DeVito.
Oh, wicked. Oh, I've got to catch up on this. This sounds awesome.
Yeah.
This sounds awesome.
Yeah. And I saw Aaron doing some secret roles in the patron chat.
Oh,
Yeah, and I've muted the
Yeah.
patron chat so I can't see because it's too
that's
tempting.
cool. Yeah, getting the patrons involved in the games is a lot of fun.
It is very much fun. Very much fun. But yeah, that's all this week. So we will see you tomorrow. Well, I won't, but some folks will. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening, folks. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to press that button. I'm going to press this button. Goodbye.